Do Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa put a Live crew member to sleep? An employee of Live was put to sleep by Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. This occurs in the midst of criticism of their talk show's boring new format. Read on to discover more. During the Live taping, a crew member slept off. A fresh story claims that a staff member dozed off during the Live with Kelly and Mark taping. This month, the show debuted after Ryan Seacrest left. The host was replaced by Mark Consuelos, Kelly Ripa's husband. Fans have expressed dissatisfaction with the show's new format. Others, meanwhile, are still annoyed by some of the sneak-in pre-recorded episodes. The chat show has been hosted for the past week by Kelly Ripa and Mark. It appears that the cast is also getting tired of the new show. On Wednesday, April 26, one of the crew members dozed off during a pre-taping. They were so utterly bored. A crew member who was off to the side kept opening and closing his eyes as he was dozing off, a source told the U.S. Sun. While Kelly and Mark were still discussing the news, he then actually dozed off for about 2 minutes. The audience in the studio shared this sentiment. The so-called spy saw that several of the participants were yawning and seemed bored. Mark babbled on for 20 minutes. The majority of people abandoned the conversation. It was a mix of the topics they were talking about and the way Kelly and Mark presented them, the person said. Kelly was facilitating the discussions and cracked funnier jokes than Mark. Nobody actually laughed out loud at Mark's jokes. In some instances, the crew's laughter actually overpowered that of the spectators. Another insider who was involved in the production disputed the assertions. They disputed that one of their crew members dozed off while a recent recording was being made. The source described the set and program as lively. The Live hosts and crew are allegedly supportive of one another, according to them as well. Backlash against Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. This occurs in the midst of the new show's backlash. The public expected Kelly Ripa to pick someone other than Mark to replace her as co-host. Fans have not been won over by the Riverdale actor. The episode that was pre-taped on April 26 and won't air until June 19 was. The audience described it as bizarre, the report said. It's also interesting to note that Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa didn't don new clothes for the pre-taping. They wore the same attire as during the live broadcast. Fans expected the ABC chat show to maintain its live format, but nothing has changed. What do you think about Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa?